Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to give you another book review for the Amish fiction. It's called Someone to Trust by Patricia Davids. It's a North County Amish series. I read the first three, but for some reason didn't read the fourth one. But I went ahead and read this one. It won't be out till February 1st, and I'm doing this video on January 22nd, I believe. So I will hold this over until it's time to close to release date, I guess I'll put it like that. So basically, this book is kind of like a matchmaking scheme, but it's much more than that. There's two families that get together. I think Ohio is where one family is from, and they're visiting a family in Maine. And the two principal characters in this book are Esther Burkholder and Gabe Fisher. Now, I won't be reading the publisher's blurb because I find that it takes far too long in these videos, but at the very least, I want to tell you a little bit about the book. Basically, Esther's family, which is herself and her sisters and her stepmother, are visiting Gabe Fisher's family, and Gabe happens to have brothers. So at some point, both of the mothers kind of want to matchmake the daughters with the sons. So that's kind of like the beginning premise of this book. But there's a much deeper level that this book takes on. And basically, we learn about Esther, and she was deaf from a young age. She was born a hearing child, but she did lose her hearing. And she has been pretty content in her life. She had some hiccups, but she teaches at a school for the deaf, and she fits right in. But now her and her family are visiting Maine, and she is thrust into the world of hearing yet again, and knows that she's kind of part of a matchmaking scheme. But in her mind, with her previous experiences, she knows that if she ever marries, it will be another deaf Amish man, someone who knows what it's like to live in a silent world. So that's her ultimate goal, I should say. I won't say goal, but we'll say ultimate goal. And what happens in the very beginning of the book is she is almost run down because a truck is approaching and she can't hear it, so she walks right into the road, and someone spots her, goes and saves her, and he gets injured in the process. Well, he's kind of a leather maker, whether it's purses, bags, cases, what have you. And since her family is staying with his family, and she's very crafty herself, with his injury, she helps at his shop, and they get to be friends. And in this process of friendship, as it develops, the question is, can she avoid falling in love with this nice young hearing man? And it's the last thing that she wants. And again, it's her previous experiences that lead her to this. Now, like I said, I haven't written this review yet, so I'm just giving you this from up here and from the fact that I literally just finished the book 20-30 minutes ago. Well, let me tell you why I read Amish fiction, even though it's nothing like the faith that I'm in. It's because they're always clean and wholesome stories. I just love that. I love the vibe of these stories. Now, Patricia Davids is becoming someone that I greatly enjoy. I have read maybe 6 or 7 of her books. She's written countless books, but I just started reading Amish fiction a year or two ago. So I have read other books in the series: Shelter from the Storm, An Amish Wife for Christmas, The Amish Teacher's Dilemma. Those are other books that I have read by her. I'm just flipping through Goodreads really quickly to see if I've read other books by her, and I'm sure I have. The Hope The Promise. Let's see. Yeah, I know there's at least one or two more. I'm just going to go down this. Okay, so maybe that's it. So that's about 6 books that I've read by her. And every time I read one of her books, you know, you get this really hug. It's kind of like you get a hug when you read Amish fiction books. At least that's what I feel. The books aren't like full of scripture and teachings and conversion, nothing like that. Just clean, wholesome love stories. And I love it. And therefore, I loved this book. And like I said, it's the 5th book in the Amish of Cedar Grove, I believe. Let me go back to the main page. I think it's the Amish of Cedar Grove. No, it's North Country Amish. It's the 5th book in the North Country Amish series. And although I've mentioned a few, they are An Amish Wife for Christmas, Shelter from the Storm, An Amish Teacher's Dilemma, A Haven for Christmas, and this one, Someone to Trust. And if I might throw in those book covers as I edit this video, but let's see how much time. Sorry for my hand going over the camera. I'll end this video here. Like I said, I won't upload it till release date, but I did want to go ahead and make the video. So that's it. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.